Prince Nathan Dilma. Long ago, in the peaceful kingdom of Eldoria, there lived a young prince named Nathan Dilma. He was handsome, intelligent, and destined to become the next king. Yet he was proud and believed that being born into royalty made him better than everyone else. The people respected the royal family, but they feared Prince Nathan. He ignored their struggles and believed they existed only to serve the palace. King Roland, Nathan's father, was a wise and compassionate ruler. He often reminded his son, "A crown is not meant to make you greater than others. It is meant to remind you to care for them." Nathan always replied, "Father, people respect power, not kindness." The king could only hope that one day his son would understand. One morning, Nathan rode through the marketplace with his guards. An elderly woman carrying a basket of fruit stumbled, and her fruit scattered across the road. Nathan's horse crushed several of them. "I'm sorry, Your Highness," the old woman pleaded. "Those fruits were all I had to feed my grandchildren." Nathan looked at her coldly. "You should have been more careful," he said before riding away. The villagers watched in silence, saddened by the prince's lack of compassion. When King Roland heard what had happened, he called Nathan to the throne room. "A ruler who cannot feel the pain of his people will never earn their love," the king warned. Nathan remained unconvinced. A few days later, Nathan went hunting alone in the royal forest. Suddenly, a violent storm swept through the woods. His frightened horse threw him to the ground and disappeared. Lost, cold, and hungry, Nathan wandered for hours until he found a small cottage. An elderly couple welcomed him inside without asking who he was. They shared their simple meal, dried his clothes, and gave him a warm place to rest. Nathan noticed they had very little. "You should keep this food for yourselves," he said. The old woman smiled. "Kindness is never wasted." Those words stayed in Nathan's heart. Before he left the next morning, the old man handed him a walking stick. "If you wish to repay us," he said, "help someone else when they need you." Soon the royal guards found Nathan and brought him safely back to the palace. But the journey had changed him. He could not stop thinking about the old couple's generosity, or the fruit seller he had humiliated. The next day, Nathan returned to the village with food, blankets, and medicine. He went first to the old woman's home. Lowering his head, he said, "I came to ask for your forgiveness." The old woman smiled kindly. A sincere apology is worth more than gold. Nathan helped her restart her fruit business and promised to care for those in need. He also returned to thank the elderly couple for teaching him the greatest lesson of his life. From that day on, Prince Nathan became a different man. He visited villages, listened to farmers, helped widows, repaired roads, built wells, and made sure no family went hungry. Slowly, the people's fear turned into love. Children smiled whenever they saw the prince, and the kingdom became happier than ever before. One evening, King Roland watched Nathan helping an old man carry firewood. The king smiled proudly. "You have finally learned what it means to wear the crown." Nathan smiled and replied, "I once believed people existed to serve me. Now I know I exist to serve my people." Years later, when Nathan became king, the entire kingdom celebrated. The people did not cheer because he wore a crown. They cheered because he had earned their trust and love. King Nathan ruled with wisdom, humility, and compassion, and the kingdom of Eldoria flourished under his reign. From then on, he always told every young prince the same lesson: "A crown does not make a king. A kind heart does." The end.